Good afternoon. It's Friday afternoon. So yesterday I started plastering, got as far as here. Today I came in and did a little bit more. I still have to do the big hole here behind me. I'm going to mix up some mortar now. There's a bigger problem though, and I may have mentioned it in other videos. But I think today, rather than watching me plaster, which is quite boring, I'm going to show you the problem because it's one of the biggest issues on the project. This floor was one of the big issues. Turned out it wasn't that bad. The hallway is another major issue because it needs to be replaced and it's supporting the stairs. So that's a big one. But this one is also big. This is something we spotted during the initial visit to the house during the viewing. And it involves a crack in a wall upstairs. So initially the estate agent had said it was probably related to what was going on down here, but the two things are not connected. So I think it's a problem in the bathroom. I think it's a problem with some joists upstairs which are dipping. So I may need to take them out, which is a bit of a big job. And it's right above us here. I'm going to show you now. But it's something that would have to be done before I put down the new floor here and before I put the kitchen in. So it may be the next thing I do after just finishing these walls. It's a huge job. Maybe it's not a huge job. I thought this was going to be a huge job. Thought the sitting room was going to be a huge job, but it turns out they're not that big. So let me just show you here. I'll bring you upstairs and show you what the problem is, and I'll tell you what I think the problem is. So if we look up at the roof here, you'll see when the light came on the other day, the light in here has always been brutal, but when the electrician put the light on, it was quite obvious that there's an issue. Like there is some cracks in the ceiling you'd expect for a house of this age, but just here, underneath where the bath is, I'll see if I can get a good angle of it here with the shadows. There's an excessive amount of kind of cracks and divots and bumps. So it looks like it's dropped down there slightly. I would imagine that there's been water leaks upstairs or some issues below the bath at some point. And there's two joists. My guess is there's two joists that have dipped. So when we were visiting the house the first time ever, we spotted this. On the floor here is there's a kind of a dish in it here. And when you look up at the wall up above, you'll see this little crack here that's been fixed with a bit of polyfiller. So these walls are kind of like a little cinder block, a little red block, and obviously there's something there here that has caused that to shift down an inch and cause that to crack. So it doesn't look too bad there. When you go into our beautiful salmon bathroom and you have a look inside, you'll see that there's another crack continues on the wall here. So it's not structural. This isn't holding up the roof upstairs. So it's not huge. I might stick down this wall. But if you look in here, the extent of the crack is a bit more obvious. So that has shifted down. And we have this water heater here, which is now defunct. We're taking that out. We're replacing it with instant heat. One in the kitchen and one up here. So we've no need for this big massive storage. So there's a big weight in that itself, which shouldn't be a big issue. It's a cast iron bath, which is fab. But I suspect there's been water leaks over the years. This little tap here, if you turn it, it leaks. So if I go to, that is it open at the moment? Let's see. Now, I've opened that valve and water's leaking straight onto the floor. So, that's the hot water supply. So probably in this area, water has been leaking over the years and the joists have got damaged underneath and it's causing this dip in the floor here, which is then pushing down on the ceiling down below. So like the water heater's gone anyway, I think I'll have to take up just a few boards in here and see what's going on underneath. And then, I suppose, look, I'll have to just investigate what's going on in the attic a little bit, because there should be nothing sitting on this little red brick wall, but maybe there is, and that's why we've got the crack here. So I'll have to look up above here and see exactly what's up above this. I don't think there is, because, there's nothing in this side of it here. It's just a partition wall. I can take it down. It's just a mess to take down. There's a lot of debris from it. But I may have to take it down, because the joists run from here all the way over to here. And look, wouldn't be the end of the world if I had to take down this wall and that wall and replace them with a stud wall and swap out a couple of joists. Look, it's just labour intensive. It wouldn't be a huge expense, but it's a headache we could do without. If I could just take down a section of this bathroom wall, the skinny section here, and replace the joists that run from there across, that would be a nice easy option. Anyway, we'll have a look at another video when we take up the floorboards. But I'm going to tip away the plastering now. It's Friday. I'll do a little bit of work tomorrow. And it's kind of miserable here today. It's misty all morning. And drizzly. Just like back in Ireland, I'm sure. The electrician said he's nearly finished. So we've got sockets here. So because the stone walls are built out of these big rocks, you've got to basically mine your way in. So all of this digging out is just for one cable to run to here. So it's a bit of not great. If we had a plaster board on it, you could hide everything in it, but to reduce the size of the room, you'd have to reduce it by 100 mil, so all around. Anyway, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you all have a great weekend.